Everyone, this is Jacob from MD Car Care. In this video I'll be doing a video demonstration of how to put together the short gun. I've had this question asked a lot and I'm here to put it together for you. So you'll get a box like this. If your pressure washer has M22 hoses you won't need any adapters, but if you have, say, a gurney, you'll get a fitting like that. If you have a Karcher, it'll be a fitting like that. A Bosch or Ryobi. So I'll show what's included inside the gun packet. Instruction manual. Please read through this manual because it just says what's included, some warnings, what these coloured nozzles are for and do, and how to do a basic setup of the short gun. These are the 5 nozzles that you get. These are 1.25mm orifice. That is that size right there, that whole size. If you have a pressure washer between about 1800 psi to about 2500 psi, these 1.25s will be perfect. If you have, say, less than that, you may want to go a 1.1mm, or if you have more than 2500 psi, you may want to up it and go 1.4mm. So the orifice adjusts how much pressure and water comes through the hole. By changing these nozzles, that changes the fan and kind of also changes the pressure and water flow. So the red one you don't want to use because that's basically for stripping. If you wanted to, say, strip some chassis rail dirt or something like that, but I wouldn't recommend really using that anywhere near the paint. The black one is used for soap dispensing when your pressure washer has a soap dispenser. The green one and the white one is best suited for rinsing paint, and the yellow one is best suited for wheels and wheel wells when you need that extra sharp bit of pressure. Now when you open the other packet you'll have these 4 fittings. A lot of people ask me, what are these all for? This one is a 3x8 quick connect. So say you have an M22 hose, instead of connecting the M22 hose directly to this screw thread, and if you didn't want to screw and unscrew all the time, then you may want to get a quick connect like this. You screw your hose onto there and then into this male, make it nice and easy to connect and disconnect. So that male quick connect would go in there, simply like that, and you may want to tighten it a little bit because after time it does kind of loosen and then it will start to leak. So you want to initially give that tighten with a spanner and make sure it doesn't leak, and then put the quick connect on like so. Now you may think that these look the same, but this hole is actually a different size. If you put your finger in there you can feel that this one's bigger, this one's smaller. So this one would be the 14, this one would be the 15, and I can double check that by using a caliper tool. So that's 15 and that's 14. So if you have a Ryobi you'd want to use the bigger one because they use a 15mm, and most other commercial pressure washers will use a 14mm M22. So just decipher which one you'd need if you're going this route, and same if you wanted to go with these quick connects, you need to know what size M22 is going to go into there, whether it's a 15 or a 14, because if you have a 15 it won't go in there, and if you put a 15, if this is a 15 and you're trying to put in a 14, then it's just going to leak, so that's no good. Now if you wanted to set up the gun with, let's say, this gurney fitting, then you're going to have to use the 14mm M22. So this is a problem that we get a lot. Someone uses a 15mm M22, connects it up to this gurney fitting, and then connects it to the gun, and then they come to us and say it's leaking, what's wrong? That is because you've used the wrong M22. You have to use the 14mm M22 as per the instructions here. So these two fittings do not need thread tape. Simply push and screw them together. And as you can see as well, this doesn't need thread tape because it has the O-ring. So just screw that in. You can just do it hand tight if you think you're strong enough, but I'd recommend to tighten it up with a spanner just so it doesn't, so you're ensuring it doesn't leak. This little fitting is for the outlet. It's a 1/4 inch quick connect. As it doesn't have an O-ring, it does need thread tape, which is included in the package. So I'll show you how to put that on. You want to put it on in a way so when you screw it on that way, it's not going to unravel the thread tape. So you have to figure out which way it's going to stop, which is that way. So hold it like that and then go round to the right. And you want to go around roughly about 4 times, so that's 1, 2, oops, where are we? Ooh. 2, and then 3, stuff that up a bit. That should be fine. 4, so that should be fine. And then just rip that off. Kind of neaten that up a bit so it's not on the hole. And then simply screw it in. And then do that up with the spanner again so you make sure that there's no leaks. So that's the basic setup that you'd want for a gurney. And then all you need to do is grab your gurney hose and simply push them together. And there you go. And to take it off, all you have to do is push up, and it comes out. So to put it in, just push, take it out, pull that back, it comes out. Now please just be aware, as you've probably seen on our listing of the gurney short gun kit, that it has to have a smooth edge like this one does. Most new gurneys, like the 7000 and the 3000 type models, they all have this machined edge. The older models were a bit inconsistent and didn't have this machined edge. It was more just a straight point edge as per our photos. So you just want to ensure that you have the right hose fitting to match our new gurney fittings. If you don't, then that's when you need to get this older fitting that will allow that pointier edge that sticks out further to actually go into the fitting. The newer hoses do work with this fitting as well, if you just want to be safe and go off this fitting instead. But the new fitting is a lot nicer, just being a straight click in, pull out type of fitting, whereas this can be a little bit more fiddly, since it does lock in over the tabs and then you have to use the quick connect. So if you're keeping it permanently attached to the hoses, it's fine, but if you were changing between the original gun wand, then it would just be a bit of a pain to be taking this clip off all the time versus just straight in and out with this. And the same thing for the Karcher fitting, it goes on the M22 as well, and it's basically the same fitting, just a Karcher version, so it goes straight in there as well. And the Bosch fitting is also the same, just screws onto the M22 fitting, and you have the clips that have to go over those black tabs. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.